Welcome to an Encounters call. If you haven't been with us before, I just like to say each time that you do not have to be in weeks 5 and 6 to attend this. Um, just know that we are going to be centering it around specifically encounters, walking through encounters, and things like that. So awesome, Allie, we got you, and Trina, awesome. It's great to be with you guys today. I have an idea of just kind of something I'd love to open with. This is a time where we're just giving our imaginations some permission to be. We're going to practice using our imaginations. And this theme has been coming up a lot for me in my own life and also with clients lately of just like, let's practice with our imaginations, not just in moments of pain, but also in mundane moments and moments of joy, so that we're building an equity with our heart that's well rounded, so that we know we can turn to the visual side of our brain, not just when we're in pain, but also in these other moments, so that our heart doesn't start to associate encountering God and encountering love just with pain, though that is very important. We want to be really well rounded so that it just feels like a great thing we can engage at any time. So, what I'd love to begin with is I'd love to invite you guys to think of something that's happening in your life that I don't necessarily want to call it a problem, but something that's going in a direction that you're not enjoying, or something that's challenging, something that you're not sure what to do about. And maybe choose something that's not like a 10 out of 10 type thing, but maybe just something that's annoying or bothering you, something that you're not sure what to do with. I just want you to pick one of those scenarios in your life and go ahead and, oh, Allie, I love that. I love that that's what you needed. Cool. Um, I'd love for you to close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths at your own pace. Um, just a few there. Oh, and I would just really like to invite us all to get to be kids today. I was just having a mini dance party before we started, and just let yourself loosen up a little bit. You do not have to do this perfectly or well or any of that. We're here to explore and to play together today. So after you've taken some deep breaths and you've got your eyes closed, I want you to go ahead and picture that scenario that you thought of, that thing that's in your life that's kind of bothersome or confusing, that thing that you would like to be different. And we're going to play a little game called Best Case Scenario. Okay. We are all really good at worst case scenario, so we're going to practice the opposite today. So I'd love for you to take that situation that's in your mind's eye right now, and I'd love for you to create a best case scenario of what could happen in that situation. I just want you to see it unfolding, and let yourself feel it. Let yourself feel the effects of that. I'm just going to pause a moment and give you some time to see that in your mind's eye. Give your heart permission to see a good outcome, see a fun outcome, see a surprisingly good outcome. Yeah, and if you want to put your hand on your heart, you can, just to connect in with that part of you. And I want you to take one last look at this scene and then conclude it. Just finish it out. Let the credits roll on the movie, if you will. And I want you to keep your eyes closed. And I want you to think of that problem or that situation as it is right now in your life again. And I'd love for you to come up with a second best case scenario. So different from the first one, come up with a second one. This is not a right or wrong thing. We're just playing. We're just imagining what could be, and maybe it could be good. So come up with that second possibility. how this could play out, of how it could bless you, of how it could bring life to you. And just take note of any emotions that come up for you. When you think about this becoming a best case scenario, what emotions are coming up for you, okay? I'd love for you to take 2 deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I would love to hear in the comments how that experience was for you. Bree, I think you're nuts. I hate this. Totally fair. This was helpful. This was not helpful. I didn't see anything. Let me know all of it. Yeah, I'll give you guys a second to write that down. You may even want to jot down in your own journal just some things just to come back and process later. Allie, this is everything I've needed. Oh, you're so welcome. I love that. Danara, it was helpful, painful, and joyful. So real. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. Evelyn, it was helpful. Brittany, that was helpful. I didn't see anything in the second case scenario. Okay, I love that. That's great feedback. Allie, yeah, you're supposed to see your fiance in a week and you've been terrified. Yeah. Alexandra, it was helpful, freeing to know there are options. Absolutely. Carolyn, it gave some closure. Beautiful. Elisheva, I jumped on in the middle, so I was a little lost, but it sounded good. Cool. Yeah, that's totally fair too. You're like, what are they doing? Welcome, Elisheva. Andrea, I feel like I have to hurt someone else for this to change. I didn't realize there was another option. Powerful, powerful. Yeah, Ashley, my son could meet his future wife online instead of viewing porn. Beautiful. I love that. I love that you saw that. That's beautiful. Awesome, you guys. This is just something that I've used a bit here and there in my own life, and like I literally just call it best case scenario, especially if I've got like a decision to make or like anything like that. I've shared this with some of you before. I will set a timer for 5 minutes so that I know there's an end to it, and that I can have all of my angst and frustration back at the end of the 5 minutes. But for this time, I'm going to think about what's possible in connected to life and joy and peace and all those things. So just as a way to connect with multiple possibilities, I really think I had a mentor say this to me, like God is about possibilities and participation. And that just still rings in my ears all these years later. So I just wanted to help you guys connect with that a little bit. And Caitlin, yeah, it was hard to do, but it opened my eyes. Cool. Thanks for engaging it. I love that. Awesome. So yeah, thanks for playing. If you have further comments or feedback on that and how that was for you, please continue to let that roll in the comments. But we're going to go ahead and start with Brittany first today. So Brittany, I would love, I'm excited to connect with you. You can unmute yourself. Hey.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
It's going all right. So I had a question. Encounters are usually like my weakness in this area. And so I've been having a little difficulty trying to connect with like my like little 10-year-old. So like I'm aware she's there, like I know like her like some of her likes and like her fears. And I'm trying to connect with her to like um get her to invite Jesus and more. And I noticed that like she gets scared and like everything. And I noticed that today because like I have like a high stakes like situation and a decision so I have to make. And when um when I had to like speak to someone today later on about like a job opportunity, I felt inside like she just was scared. She's like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know how my needs are going to get met financially, like all this stuff. I'm like, where is this coming from? And
Yeah.
trying to like connect with her, even not even in a high stakes situation, like you said earlier, like even when it's going good, because
Mhm.
I feel like I can connect to my heart more at times than her and
Mhm.
kind of deal with that. So I just need like a, I guess like tip or like help with that.
Yeah. 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 Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this. And I love your willingness to ask. Um, yeah, I have some thoughts for this, and I'm very aware in this moment that other coaches would have different thoughts than me. Okay. That's of course true all the time, but I feel like, oh, there's a lot of different ways somebody could take this. And so I'm gonna bring you what I have, and it may not fit, and that's okay. You're powerful to disagree. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of what I want to explore a little bit more is, um, do you feel that 10-year-old Brittany is, um, needs to be fixed? She needs to stop being scared? Or do you feel like this program taught me how to do this and I need to do this the right way? Like, do either of those resonate?
I feel like I feel like it's both in a way, but more, I would say leaning more towards like her feeling like she needs to be fixed. And I don't want her to feel like she needs to be fixed. I
Yeah.
just want her to know like she's loved on, no matter like how she feels in any moment.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I'm wondering in this moment, like, um, because fear does not feel fun. That's my
Mhm.
obvious statement for the day. You're welcome, everyone. No, but like fear does not feel fun, especially as a child, because it's very disorienting, right? You
Mhm.
don't have as much of your logic brain as you do as an adult. So instead of, needing to connect to her and solve this so that you can go on and consider this decision in your life, I'm wondering if you could almost really take on the mothering role of
Mhm.
this part of you instead of needing her to agree with you or integrate right away. Just kind of mama her and be like, "Girl, I see you, and I'm going to handle this. You don't have to handle this, but I just want to hold you through this. It's okay that you're afraid."
Mhm.
Um, would that be a helpful encounter for you? Do you want to try that together?
Yeah, I think you could try that. I feel like I was trying to do that before, so it's
Okay.
helping a little bit. So yeah, I'm willing to try it.
Okay, let's just see. Let's just see what happens, and it's okay if we need to go in another direction. Does that sound all right? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to close your eyes. And you look so
Okay.
pretty today in your red sweater. You can put your hand on your heart if you want. And I've been doing this with some clients lately. I just want, and anybody can join in. Take note of how your hand is on your chest. And I know that sounds weird, but just become aware of it. Are you pressing down really hard? Are you barely touching yourself? Are you tender? Just take note. Just take note of how your hand is on your heart. And if you want to adjust that, you can.
Okay, I've adjusted it.
Yeah. And Brittany, go ahead and picture 10-year-old you.
Mhm.
You can see her. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
can see it
what's she doing?
standing around.
And
She's
that
standing around.
I love that. That made you delight in her a little bit. That was endearing to you. So I just want to notice that. So she's standing around. Does she feel, does she seem like she's comfortable standing around, or does she feel awkward standing around, or is she anxious standing around? Put more words to that.
Then she's more like standing around just curious looking. And I kind of felt like she wanted to go like play with like the boys and like her friends because like when I was that age, I had a lot of like guy cousins, so we play a lot.
Hmm.
She's starting to go like run outside.
Yeah. Is there anything stopping her?
No.
Okay. So yeah, why don't you see her just running outside so she can play with her guy cousins and her friends?
Hmm.
And just stay attuned to her. What is she thinking? What's she feeling?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of odd. I felt like she wants to play football.
Yeah.
And yeah, she wants to play football.
Okay. Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and see the football game
Okay.
and just keep watching and just let us know as things unfold.
Okay, so she wants to play football, and I see like this field where like the game is going on. And I'm also like reminded of how she so there was this church we went to when I was a kid, and we all played football. And I remember her scoring like her first touchdown at that
Mhm.
time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the feelings about that first touchdown.
Um, a lot of excitement and like curiosity and just being part of that, like just being, I think, accepted, if that
Mhm.
makes any sense.
Oh, yeah. I love this. Yeah. So, why don't you picture that scene of her first touchdown and just describe her? She's just touched down and she turns to look at you. What do you see in her face?
She's she's very happy, and she's like screaming and hollering like she could do it.
Oh, she can do it. Yeah. So sweet. Just let me know. Just check in with yourself, your present self, and just describe what's coming up for you in terms of emotions about little Brittany.
um I felt like I'm like very proud of her for just like accomplishing, like actually doing that, because I remember like even in the game, like there's so much going on, but like um just to have that first touchdown meant a lot to her, because like a lot of like her cousins and like friends and stuff said like she couldn't do it, and like she did, and just was proven wrong. And like the great thing about that was everyone else was excited when she had the first touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like she was celebrated.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this. It's very sweet. Is there something that you um, would like to receive from this today for your heart? Is there something that correlates to your current situation that you're receiving from this in a deep way?
I think so, like for her to just like try and not be scared, and
Mm,
that she can do it.
love that. And are there any other words you want to bring to your emotions right now?
And just like there's like peace. Like I feel like the Holy Spirit is giving me like peace like in this encounter.
Mm, so fun. I love this. Just go ahead and take one more moment to absorb that. We're not in any rush.
Okay. Mm. Yeah, I was like taking it in.
Good. That's really good. Your heart is taking a record of this.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really good. So just remember as you're still taking this in, remember you can come back to this scene at any moment.
Okay.
And you can step back into it, invite the Trinity in, ask them their thoughts. I kind of saw them just in the group of all the kids just cheering and hollering as well.
Yeah,
Um,
and I just like feel like Jesus is there too.
mhm.
And also like he's built like because like over time, like the past month we've been building trust. So I feel like everyone's there. And yeah, I'm just really just taking in like Jesus being there, like the Trinity.
So good. So good. Yeah, love that for you. I'm just going to pause one more moment. That's what I'm feeling.
Hmm. I just get a sense like Jesus like picking 10-year-old Brittany up and just like celebrating with her.
Yeah, for she's a jolly good fellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep your eyes closed, but I just have a question for you.
Okay.
Would you like to just stay in this space and you can come back to the call when you're ready? Or would you like to debrief a little bit and you can go back into this later on your own? It's completely up to you.
I think I want to come back to the call later and then like come back then.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, sweet girl. So I'm going to go on to the next person and
Okay.
you keep getting loved, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome. Such a pleasure. Oh, man, that's sweet. That's really sweet. Thank you, Brittany, for sharing that with us. Okay. Oh, I just want to pause. Sorry, I keep feeling that pause, you guys. Yeah, I just want you to know if anybody is observing this and just observed this, like, I want you to know this love is absolutely available to you as well, whether you feel like you're connected to it or not. This is available to you. Yeah. Okay. We are going to go on to Allie. Allie, I'm excited to see you if you want to unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. So I actually just had that happen, like as you were walking walking Brittany through that encounter. I was following along for a second, and then I started feeling the very thing that always stops me from actually going into encounters. And I have this chronic pain in my body, and I was I was doing breath work last night. And I was asking God to take it from me, and he didn't take it. And this is a big reason why I don't like to do encounters, because I'm just like, all right, so if you're not going to take this, then why should I even trust you to encounter you? Why should I even like bother? Like what's the point? It's been 10 years and I'm still in pain. Like I had to step out of that encounter because my freaking body hurt. Like it's the one thing that holds me from painting, from imagining anything, from going and just being a kid. And like, I guess I'm not asking you to fix me. I guess like it's just so frustrating. Feeling like I'm handcuffed to my body,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is a super loaded question, but I've been in week 5 and 6 for like the past like month.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been struggling. Like, God will encounter me. He will come to me. I don't go to him ever. I do not go to him because I'm just like, dude, like, you're not healing me. Like, F off. Sorry. But that's
Yeah.
basically how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really know what my question is.
Okay. That's okay. As always, I love your honesty. It's really a gift to the whole group. And it might feel inside of you like, well, yeah, I'm honest. Like, what else could I be? You know? But I still think it's a gift and it's a power. So thank you for sharing it. I just want to check in because I know a few weeks ago, maybe it was a few months ago now, some of your posts were this great delight at speaking over your body and finding some real connection in that and some relief in that. How is that going for you?
I'm more so just ridiculing my body now because it's just, I'll be talking about honesty. I take kratom. Kratom is like a root. It's natural, but it has opioid effects. So it helps with chronic pain. Every single substance that I have ever used, it has been because of my chronic pain. I don't want to feel it. So if I could take something that helps it go away, yeah, I'll try it. And after I got fired, that was a whole pain point to process through, and that's when I stopped. That's like when I stopped speaking over my body. That's when I stopped caring to even take the time to do it. And then my grandpa called me fat.
Right. Yeah.
And then I just went downhill after that. I'm just like, everything.
Yeah.
So right now I'm trying to repair that relationship again. Last night when I spoke over my body, I did breath work, and like as I laid down to go to sleep, I put my hands over the places in my body that hurt, and I just asked the Holy Spirit to come into my body. And then out of freaking nowhere, I started like speaking to my body and telling it, hey, I'm so sorry that you have to deal with this chronic pain. And I started crying. Like, I felt so bad for my body. I'm just like, dang, like, this shit sucks. It was not your fault. And it sucks that you have to keep doing this and going through it. Like, you can't just be your 27-year-old self. It feels like you're 80. So I brought compassion into it. That's about it.
Yeah.
I've tried to encounter on this, but whenever I try to encounter on like what emotions are stored in the tight places, because I know it's all emotional, all energy, like that's all it is. Like, I don't hear anything. All I hear is hatred.
Yeah.
Like, just hatred. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess it just gets really frustrating because for me, it's about time.
Like it's happened for so long. Is that what you mean by time?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
about time. Like, it should be healed now. Like, I'm tired, and it stops me from doing my process properly, which sounds wild. Sorry, this is really heavy. I see you feeling that.
Oh no, yeah, I'm good.
I
Yeah,
apologize.
I'm with you. You don't need to apologize. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know, like me like saying this maybe just to be heard, I guess. I don't know. It's not really gonna fix anything.
Mm, gosh. I would love for any woman who struggles with chronic pain to just, if you're willing to let us know in the comments, would you just let us know and let Allie know that she's not alone? And Allie, I so badly in this moment want to have magic words for you. And I feel that with clients, but like especially in this scenario where you're in so much physical pain and emotional pain together, like I really want a solution for you. And I know that's what you want as well. So here's a thought. And if you don't want to go here, we don't have to. But what came to me was like, if you close your eyes and imagine, like, let your heart imagine how you're envisioning your body. So I don't mean like picture your physical body, but what is the visual symbol of your body to yourself? Just so we can like explore that a little bit. Do you have an image that comes to mind?
It's like this like brown, fleshy colored fat glute blob.
Yeah. Yeah.
So freaking mean.
It's okay. It's okay. Tell me more about it.
It's just there's no value in it. There's no happiness in it. There's no joy. It's just dread.
Yeah.
And it's just hate
Yeah.
and anger and resentment.
Yeah. Can I ask you a tender question?
Yeah.
Is there any part of you that feels like you deserve to be in pain?
100%. Dude, what was it? I think Marcus's coaching call last night. He talked about like punishment and going through like there was 2 doors, and he walked Nicole through this, I think. And I saw my doors were flip flopped. The love door was actually labeled punishment, and the punishment door was actually labeled love. Because that's what I've grown up. I grew up Catholic, for God's sakes. Like, the Catholic Church effed me up. And, like, that's where I first learned how to hate myself.
Yeah.
And, like, it's been coming up every now and again. Because that's when I developed my eating disorder, was at the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I see like in the glob, I also see like skeleton bones, but they're not all together. They're kind of just like in, it's kind of like, like slime.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to take like little bones and just put it in slime, mix it up, that's what it's like. It's
Yeah.
not even like a full thing.
Yeah. Just pieces and parts. Yeah. Yeah. So I want to check in with you because I trust your process and I trust your self-awareness. In this moment, do you feel like you would like to share more and just be held in this time? Or would you like to, you and me, to walk through encountering this brown glob and introducing something closer to love to it? We don't have to do it perfectly or do complete love. What do you feel?
I'd rather just encounter something different because I've been talking about this brown glob for years. I'm so tired of talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, and this is for everybody too, in an encounter, if there's ever a space where you're like, I want out, I don't want to do this, I don't want to imagine this, you always have those reins, okay? So if any of this just gets too overwhelming, you're powerful to choose out. Does that sound good? Okay. So if it feels safe for you, you can go ahead and close your eyes and see that brown glob. In Allie's heart, I just want you to know that it makes a ton of sense to me why you're angry, why you're sad, why you don't trust God, why you don't trust your body. I am not judging you for that at all. And sweet girl, I so want to love on you. So we're just going to explore today. So as you see that brown glob, I'd love to introduce that brown glob to love. So just like we're picturing your body as that brown glob, I'd love for you to picture what love stepping into the scene would look like. Just let me know what you sense.
Love is like this glowing gold bot, kind of like a firefighter, like firefighter, firefly.
Yeah.
This glowing body, and it's like it's just beautiful.
Do you feel like you could step into that scene and introduce these two to each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love literally just took the brown glob and she just like took her arms and just wrapped it around it and she just hugged it as tight as she could.
Mm. Wow, I love that. Mm. Just keep watching and seeing what happens next, okay?
And then as she's hugging it, it's like slowly how do I say it? It's like slowly transforming into like a duplicate of her. It's like
Oh,
and then there's two of the love people. The love people.
just want to observe that for a moment. We're going to be quiet over here and let that visual sink in. And I just hear, girl, let yourself be loved. All you have to do is sit here. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to fight it. Just let yourself sit here and be loved.
It's crazy that you say that because one, I heard her say that too. Before you, two, I you could probably ask anybody who's close to me. They'll tell you that I don't let them love me.
Mm.
My fiance would probably be the best one to tell you that because he's like, I've been trying to love you, Allie, but you push me the F away. Stop doing that. He's so mad. He's just like, I'm just trying to love you. He's so rare. Is it really that simple?
Is what? Is what that
Like,
simple.
because I have been getting into the habit of doing my physical therapy every single day. I've been on top of it. I've been killing it. I'm on like day 3 of rest right now because I have to take rest days or else but I've noticed that as much as I do physical therapy, it don't help anything. And I've heard God say this time and time again. He's just like, just rest in my love, and I will heal you. Rest in my love. I'm just like, yeah, but like what? I'm not doing anything. He's like, just rest in my love. I'm just like, dude, like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm just so stuck in like the exchange. Because that's how I've been feeling about this whole process. Like we've been given all the tools, and like in order to receive God's love, we have to use the tools in order to get there. That's how my mind has been processed, and that's why I've been struggling so hard recently. Like, I know you said that God wants us to be interactive. Is that right?
I don't recall saying it, but that doesn't mean I didn't.
So I heard it somewhere. Someone said it. Sorry, maybe not you.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. All participation.
Okay, I did say that. Thanks, Nameli. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm rambling now.
That's okay. You asked if I think it's that easy.
Yeah.
I do. And it offends me continuously.
What, that it's that easy? Dude, for real.
It's offensive how the moments that I know I'm loved are very simple. They are not complex. They are not undoing all of my childhood pain. They are sudden realizations of how much I'm loved right now. And that is what I've found to be very healing. Do I pick up tools every day? Heck yeah, I do. Do I beat myself up with tools? Heck yeah, I do. The tools are meant to serve us. We don't serve the tools. And I am still learning that. And it is quite offensive when we rest in his love and it feels simple. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What you just said. Dang. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
I don't know.
Tools are meant to serve us and we're not meant to serve the tools. Like, what? I've been serving these damn tools.
I know. And the next step from there, because I've done this, is then the next step is, I hate Alive and Free. This is wrong. They led me to use all these tools, right?
Mm.
And that's not the point either. That's not the point either. This course gives you a framework with which to be honest with yourself and to get yourself into a belief where maybe God loves me. Maybe God likes me. Maybe I can snuggle up to him and hear from him. Maybe he talks to me. So there's a lot of different ways to heal. There's a lot of different ways to engage, but ultimately I think you're right. It's resting in his love is what heals us.
Mhm.
Can I speak the gospel over you?
Yeah.
And anybody else can take this too. The gospel is not that you are a wretch and someone needed to die in your place. The gospel is the Father, Son, and Spirit coming together and saying, my children are afraid of me. My children don't want anything to do with me. My children think I'm angry. How am I going to get inside of that without controlling their free will that I've given them? So they decide, let's send Jesus as a physical human representation that they can relate to, who is also fully representing our love. And we're going to submit ourselves to them to the point of death. And we're going to die so that they know we've gotten to the very bottom of all their shame, all their pain, and ultimately how separated they feel from us. And we're going to show them they have never been separated. They have never been alone. They have always been loved. And we're going to let this truth blossom into their hearts so that every day that they're on planet Earth, they become more and more aware of how with them we are, how much we love them, how much we want to co-labor with them. And we're going to redeem the world through that. He did not die for you because you're terrible. He did not die for you because you're fucked up. And I'm speaking to you in your language right now. He did not die for you because you're fucked up. He died for you because you're so valuable and because you couldn't see who you were.
I'll be really real with you. I've never heard the gospel taught to me like that. Wow. Reverse something from the Catholic upbringing. Because as you were speaking, I just felt this immense like rush of like joy, and it was just like yes. And I thought about all the things that I get to do today, and it's just like yes, let's go do stuff. So thank
That's
you.
called the river of life inside of you. That's what that is.
I don't feel that very often.
It's okay. You were made for it, and you're going to start recognizing it more and more.
Yeah.
You're so lovable. I feel a fierceness about it that I really believe is the Holy Spirit.
Thank you. That was beyond words. Like, yeah. If you knew what I've been going through this past month, you would understand. So thank you.
You're so welcome. It's such a pleasure. Keep soaking it in, okay? Okay. Thanks, Allie. Okay. Just want to make provision for anyone who is tripping over the F word right now. Please reach out to me because I want to love on you and protect your heart in that. And that was very much to communicate with Allie. And if anybody's tripping over that, I want to own that and love on you in that. So please reach out to me on Messenger, okay? And maybe you aren't, but just in case there's somebody who feels that way, I want to hear you and hold space for that, okay? Okay. I'm just gonna take a minute before we go on and just feel this, if that's okay with everybody. Father, thank you for your heart, for your fierceness for us. Thank you that your love is a nuclear force. It's unmatched by any hate, any church pain, any confusion. Jesus, I honor you. You committed yourself to a body forever so that we might know your Father. And I thank you that you've walked with me in my humanity and in my pain. And Holy Spirit, thank you for the beautiful light that you shine in all of us so that we wake up and we realize the truth of our being, which is that we've always been loved and that we originated in as your idea, your creation, not our parents' decision to sleep together, but we originated in the desire of your heart to be an expression of you on the earth. Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Trina, you are next, and I am so looking forward to connecting with you. Are you still on? Trina Cox, are you there? Okay. Since we're not hearing from you, oh, it sounds like she's frozen. Trina, if you can hear us, we cannot see or hear you. So if you want to maybe log out and click the link again, we definitely want to. There you are, Trina. And you're muted.
I don't know what happened. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
It just booted me off or something. I don't know.
Oh shoot. Okay. Hi.
So I don't know. You said Trina, and then you froze, and then it just booted me off.
That's all. Yeah, I was just saying, oh, we can't hear you, so maybe click the link again. That's all. So you didn't miss it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, hello and hello everyone. My question. I was having a lot of encounters through starting in like week 2 and then through week 4, and I was really enjoying them, and I was experiencing Jesus and the Holy Spirit on new levels, and he was revealing to himself to me in such sweet moments and sweet ways. And then I just had a very traumatic I don't know if you've seen it. My roommate was attacked by her ex-boyfriend, and she he stabbed her 16 times, and just everything
Yeah.
just really, really fell apart. And ever since then, that was probably about 3 weeks ago. And I think from the time that happening and to now, I just felt like everything was ripped out from underneath me. And I was so angry at God. And I just neglected to come to him, and I knew that's what I needed. And I knew I needed to get in the word, but I just didn't do it because I was just so distraught, and I was just so angry. And just the domino effect from the attack that happened to her through everything that transpired since. I just think, I don't know if I just didn't think I had the capacity to come to God, and then the longer it took for me to come to him, I think, and I was neglecting my heart. Like, when I slowly started to get back in, I read Galatians 5:7, or somewhere in Galatians 5, and it was just talking about how Paul wrote to and said, "You are running so well. Like, who hindered you from falling off?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm hindering myself." So then I'm like, "Okay, I suck." And I don't know. I don't know. I know I want to. I don't know. I'm just sad that I neglected my heart. And last night I tried to talk to my heart, and like she just wouldn't respond. And that was sad too, because I worked so hard to build a relationship with her, and I tried to build that trust, and because she didn't trust me at first, and then now I've neglected her, and it's kind of like, okay, well, she was right about me, like, so I don't.
Yeah. I'm hearing two things. I'm hearing this situation in your roommate's life that was really unsettling to you. Unsettling is probably a lame word to use. It was scary. And then you've got this questioning of God and trust things and questioning his character. And so you feel like, shoot, I need him, but I can't trust him. So then you're left kind of on your own, and you don't know how to be there for your heart either. Does that sum it up? Am I hearing it correctly?
Yeah, and because of I moved in, that move was very recent. I was only there for maybe 3 weeks when that all transpired, but those girls are my friends, and I was planning on going back to graduate school in the spring.
Mhm.
But since she got attacked, the house, the like I said, the domino effect, the house is under renovation, like, because of all the goriness. New floors had to be put in, like, just so much is being done, like, renovating it. So I can't live there anytime soon. Like they said, maybe the beginning of February. So I can't go back. I'm not looking at going back to school. I deferred my offer, and now I'm just left in, okay, maybe, like, just understanding God's plan and maybe it's a way out of, not, maybe I don't need to go to grad school. I don't know. And I just feel so lost,
Yeah.
or I have felt lost, and I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I am going to turn on my heater real quick. So I'm just going to pop over here and then I'm going to come back.
Okay.
It got cold in my house. Okay. So my thought is that present life isn't making sense because there's some comfort that's needed in the situation that just happened with your roommate and your friend. And it's leading to unsettledness and confusion about what decisions to make here, but it's almost like, oh, I just want to go back and love on you for what just happened in the last few weeks. Does that sound helpful? Does that sound the direction you want to go in? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that is a good idea.
And in this process, I just want to remind you that you are powerful at any time to say, I don't want to talk about this anymore. This feels scary, or anything like that. Well, yeah. So I don't want you to imagine the scenario or anything like that, but I would like to connect with what your heart is feeling, because it sounds like your heart was scared and needed to shut down to protect itself. And a lot of times we hear about self-protection in a negative light, like, oh, I'm shut down and I shouldn't be. But like, there's a lot of honor to bring our self-protection, because it is trying to keep us safe, right? So I think your heart was doing the best it could these last few weeks to just shut down so that you could function in life. And I almost want to give it a little space to feel. And it's, again, we're not going to be imagining the situation or anything like that, but I would love to connect you with, is there sadness? Is there deep pain from childhood that's getting triggered by this? That kind of stuff. Is that okay? Okay. So again, like I said, we're not going to be picturing any of the attack or anything like that. I would just love to begin with you picturing yourself as a little girl. Does that work?
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to take some deep breaths, close your eyes. And if you want to put your hand on your heart, you can. And trying to just see yourself as a little girl. And the first age that comes up to you, just let yourself see her. And just let me know about how old she is when you do see her.
She's about 6.
6. That's first grade. It's really little.
She's hiding.
You're hiding? Yeah. Where are you hiding?
I'm supposed to be playing hide and seek with my dad.
Okay. What are you feeling as you're hiding?
I'm anxious. A little timid.
Can you tell me maybe some of the thoughts she's thinking as she's feeling timid and anxious?
She doesn't want him to come in. She doesn't want him to.
She doesn't want him to come in. Yeah. Can you tell me why?
Because he molested me.
Oh, sweet girl. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I can see why she would not want him to come in. Do you feel like you could go get in that hiding place with her and hold her? Just take a moment to see that and feel that. So sorry. I'm so sorry that the man who was supposed to protect you took advantage of you. So sorry for the confusion and the timidity that introduced to your life. His act has nothing to do with you. I'm so sorry it happened so young and so in such a painful way. It's not okay with me that he did that. It's not okay. Do you want to take her out of that hiding place and take her to a really safe space that's in the light?
Mhm.
Okay. Just let me know what you see.
Crawl out from under the bed, and she's holding my hand. We open the door to go outside, and it's just white outside
Mm.
and warm.
I want you to look around for Jesus outside in that light, okay? Just let me know when you see him.
He's walking towards her. He has a basketball.
Mm.
He's dribbling it. He gives it to her.
Yeah. Should take it.
Yeah.
Does she want to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she looks at me. She doesn't know if she can go.
Yeah. What do you want to say to her?
It's okay. She can go, and I'll be here. She's not by herself, and I'm still here.
Mm. And then what's happening?
She's holding Jesus' hand, and then she's holding my finger. And we're just walking.
Yeah.
And she's swinging.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What would she like to do next?
She just wants to stay there.
Okay. I want you to keep looking at that scene And then just connect back to your body. And let me know how you're feeling emotionally inside right now. You can keep your eyes closed.
Feel sad for her.
Yeah.
But uh, just also joyful that she encountered Jesus
Mm.
in that moment.
So I feel like you want to stay in this space a bit longer.
No,
Okay. So just gonna remind you, you can come back to this scene, see little you and grown up you and Jesus walking with the basketball, okay? Okay. You want to take a deep breath and open your eyes when you're ready. What are you doing?
okay.
I wonder if the rest of today, in the next few weeks, in the next few months, if you want, you can just be really gentle with yourself. Feel like your heart is asking for gentleness.
It's hard for it to be like the way I was raised, not to be gentle, you know?
It's hard for you to be gentle or not to be.
Yeah. I think it's hard.
What is something easy and enjoyable that you could do today that would connect you with gentleness? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe just work on a scarf I've been making and listen to some nice music, go on a walk or something.
That sounds really nice. That sounds really nice. You're so lovely and worthy of love. I really want to hug you.
Thank you. I would like a hug from you.
I would give it. If you feel like you would want to go deeper with this in a one-on-one, either with me or Jenny or another support coach, that's available to you. Yeah, I'm so grateful for your open heart today and your willingness to engage on this.
Thank you for leading me through that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. There's some really sweet comments for you in the chat, and let me know how you're doing later, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you later, Trina.
Okay.
Okay. Ashley Vetter, you are next. Are you there? Ashley Vetter. Viser? Is it Viser? I think it's Viser. Ashley Viser, Alaska. There you are. Okay, you are muted.
Give me one sec. I was trying to eat some lunch.
Yes.
Hey, sorry, I was eating lunch as that call was going because I'm hungry.
That's okay. What's on your mind?
So there's been a lot on my mind. I just kind of did a one-on-one with Taylor this morning. I've kind of been working through some thoughts about wanting to leave my job. And last night in the coaching call with Marcus, I approached that call and I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go there and I'm going to listen. And then like the second person asked like the exact same question of like, okay, I'm thinking about leaving my job. And I was like, okay, God, I see what you're doing here. And so with Taylor, I kind of worked through cutting ties to like proving to people that I can do it. And today, I don't know, I just keep thinking about like, I just feel like I have a lack of connection with God, and like it's hard for me to go to him. And I can think of like why, like I feel like for a long time I've blamed him for like things that I've been going through or like things that have happened to me, and like I lost trust in him because of the things that happened. And yeah, I want to be able to lean on him and like go to him for support and like guidance in this, but it just feels like so out of touch.
Yeah. Thank you for being willing to share that. It feels similar to a bit earlier when I was saying like, oh man, it's such a conundrum to feel that we need God, but we can't trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a catch-22. For you in your own life, I'm not asking this. You dropped.
Sorry, I dropped my phone.
In your own life, don't give me the right answer. Don't give me the right answer, Ashley. I want to know from your own life. When do you feel trust with somebody?
Really good question. The first thought that came to my head is I don't.
Yeah.
And then like I think about like, okay, sorry, my phone keeps falling over. Like who do I go to, who I would like look at as people like that I trust or like know have my best interest in mind. And like I think what brings that connection is just like them being willing to support and care for me.
So you feel from another person like a willingness to have your best interests at heart.
Yeah. And I would say like I don't feel that often.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we do a little heart connection together? Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm guessing you're in a space where it feels okay to close your eyes, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Close your eyes. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Ashley's heart, I just want to say to you, the goal of this encounter is to not magically make you trust more. It's not to fix your trusting machine. It's not to show you how bad you are because you don't trust. The point is to pour some love on this area. I bet you have reasons for not trusting. And I respect those reasons. But I know you're also hungry for freedom. So we're just going to get curious, okay?
Yeah.
So Holy Spirit, I ask that you bring to Ashley's mind the first or most significant memory where trust became hard and scary. Where trust became something that was not worth it.
I think it was more the most significant um, than like the first. I think the most significant was when my parents got divorced. I was kind of the middleman in everything.
Wow, yeah.
Like people didn't have my back. I had to have everybody else's.
How old were you?
It was like 8th grade or freshman year of high school. So like 14.
When you think about a 14-year-old being the middleman, keeping the peace, explaining things for the grown-ups to each other, communicating for the grown-ups to each other. When you see that 14-year-old girl feeling that and taking that on, what emotion does that bring up for you?
It's like injustice.
Mm.
The thought keeps popping in my head of like, that hasn't changed either. Like that's still the role I play.
Can I ask how old you are today?
25.
It's a long time. I want you to see yourself as a 14-year-old middleman. Just picture that. You feel like you almost want to go in and break it up and say, this is not okay, that this is going on.
Yeah.
I feel like she maybe needs an advocate. And so I'd love for grown-up you to enter that scene. Bring your grace and your compassion and your fierce love. And I want you to speak into that room. And if you're willing, I'd love to hear it out loud.
The thought just keeps coming to my head of like, this isn't safe. It's not safe to put her in that position. It's not fair.
Yeah. What else?
She needs love now, not hate.
Yeah. Tell me more.
I just can like see her like sitting in the living room of like my childhood house, and I see like a phone, like she's on the phone talking to someone, and then I think it's my mom on the phone, and my dad is in the room, and I'm like communicating between them.
Mm. Yeah. Does grown-up you know what to do in that scene? Does she know how she wants to enter that room?
No.
Okay. So would you like to invite God in?
I don't know, that feels like scary, I guess.
Yeah, thank you for letting me know. Is there like a grown-up in your life that has meant a lot to you? Somebody you feel close to who could advocate for you? Could be a teacher, somebody else.
Yeah, my family friend. Her name's Sarah.
Yeah. I want you to see Sarah just bust through that door. She's always coming for you. She wants to be here with you. She wants to bring truth and love into this scene. I want you to watch and see what Sarah does, okay? Just let me know.
She told them, like, enough is enough. Like, stop putting her in this position. It's not where she's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then she, like, came over and, like, I see, like, two things. She, like, wrapped her arms around me, but then there was almost like a shield put around me.
Mm. Yeah. So instead of being the middleman, who do you want to be? Who do you want 14-year-old Ashley to be in her life?
Just a kid, like, just be able to live without having to, like, help everybody else, or like,
Yeah. So Sarah's gonna hand you a gift. Can you picture that?
yeah.
And when you open that, I just want you to allow yourself to receive that. Receive being a child. And just let that come into your body and come into your mind and come into your heart. I'd love for you to speak over yourself. You don't have to fix this.
What was that?
You don't have to fix this. You don't have to repair mom and dad.
You don't have to fix this. You don't have to be the one in between. You don't have to fix their pain.
I'd love for you to let 14-year-old Ashley know how proud of you, how proud of her you are for being willing to feel this.
I'm proud of you for feeling this and facing it. You don't have to carry it anymore.
Yeah. And just check in with 14-year-old Ashley. And is she receiving this? Is she taking it in? Just kind of check in with her and let me know.
Yeah, she seems like she's receiving it.
Yeah.
She's like, she's crying, but not like not tears of like sadness. Like I don't know how to describe. It looks like a release.
Yeah, that's good. And is there something 14-year-old Ashley would like to do with Sarah? Want to go somewhere, do something with her?
Just go and spend time with her. Like when I was that age, I would go just visit her and her kids and her husband. Just go spend time at their house.
Yeah. If it feels all right, I'd love for you to picture that, being at Sarah's house with her family. Go ahead and just check in with yourself. Check in with your body, check in with your emotions, and let me know how you're doing.
So my 14-year-old self is like playing games, board games with them. Got their kitchen table.
Yeah. And how are you feeling inside?
I feel comforted.
I love that. I love that so much. So when you're ready, go ahead and take a couple deep breaths. And you can open your eyes. Was that helpful for you?
Yeah. I think the thing that keeps like bouncing in my head is I have such a hard time like mentally visualizing and connecting when like I'm trying to connect on my own and like have an encounter with me. Like I can ask myself the questions and like I don't know, it just feels like there's a wall or like a block.
It's
And
okay.
I like don't know where that comes from, but I want to encounter and I want to like continue to process the pain too.
I hear you. Yeah. What if it's a matter of practice and that there's actually nothing wrong? What if it's just a practice thing?
Yeah. That could be.
If you're right on target? What if everything's, I mean, I say this a lot, but we came into this world very connected to our imaginations, not second guessing it.
Mm-hmm.
We engaged it in play all the time. And then it became this compartmentalization of our brains because we were in school and there were more serious things to do. And
Mm-hmm.
we're just reconnecting with that. We're just becoming alive again to that part of it. So it's okay if it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad to ask for help in these. You're not alone in that. I mean, of course, we've got the one-on-ones. Of course, we've got group coaching calls. You also have, I mean, a bunch of women in the Facebook group that you can reach out to and practice with. And don't forget too, and you've probably already been doing this, but on these encounter calls, when I'm walking somebody else through it, that's a great time to practice too. It feels lower stage, doesn't it, for
Yeah.
you? So there's options here with no pressure, but just know that this it being challenging right now does not mean that something's wrong with you or you should be somewhere else by now.
Mm.
No, we're all practicing. We're all learning to process emotions. We are all kids in here. And that's why that inner child work becomes so helpful, because we're all learning things we've never learned before.
Right.
So you're doing good. You're doing so good.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So welcome. Thank you for trusting me
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Trust is a byproduct of relationship. It's a byproduct of connection with yourself. It's a byproduct of love and feeling safe. It's not Ashley's got trust issues and she needs to work on them. Trust is a spirit we partner with. There's ease in it. So the more you're willing to just encounter love in all the different ways and forms that happens, that trust will get worked out.
Okay.
And I'm speaking
I'll
that.
keep leaning in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great,
Thank
girl.
you.
You're welcome. You have a sweet afternoon.
You too.
Okay, guys, to be honest, I need to take a very quick bathroom break. So I'm just gonna mute myself real quick and everybody can take a bathroom break. I'll be fast. We'll hop back on and we'll begin with Ashley Baird, okay, in like a minute. So I will be right back. See you soon. Okay, and we're back. Thank you for that, you guys. Thanks for that little break. Ashley Baird, how you doing?
Good.
Hi, am I saying your last name correctly?
Yes, that's right.
Cool. You are lovely, and it's great to see you. What's on your heart today?
I have been so depressed, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I just can't seem to get my feet under me. I'm doing a little bit better today, but I just want to tell you a little bit about the last week, because that's probably part of it. But I mean, I think I've had mild depression for the last 20 years, but I mean, this is like really, really bad. And last week, this summer, I had a couple of counselors in our church who walked me through some stuff. And when they finally decided I needed to see somebody who could help me more with my eating disorder. And I started looking around for another counselor, and that's when I found Alive and Free. And But I'm still not getting specific help for my eating problems. And I also started looking into some old journals and some past pain from my childhood and got really overwhelmed with it. And I started cutting myself and just got really scary back in September and October. And so I'm really glad I just found Alive and Free, and I feel like it's really helping. But last week, the guy that used to counsel me, he and his wife met with my husband, and they said, I had told them one time that I'd had thoughts of hurting my children, and I cut myself instead because I didn't want to do that, and I didn't know what to do, and they thought I should go see a mental health specialist or something, and they were really, really concerned. And I was afraid they were going to call CPS and take away my kids. And I said, I want you guys to know my kids are safe. I would never hurt them. And I haven't had those thoughts anymore. There was like one weekend when I first got out a journal from the most painful time in my life and read it. And I haven't had those kinds of thoughts since then. But some gossip started going around in our church about it. And a couple people talked to our pastor and said, is Ashley going to take her life? Is she hurting her kids? What's going on? I think some people have misconstrued some things I said, and I've started opening up to people in our church more. And instead of isolating myself, but I think I need to be careful and use discretion about what I say to people because, they're not sure exactly what's going on. And so I called the couple people that I had shared with and said, I'm not hurting my kids. I'm not suicidal. I have been at times, but I feel like I'm in a better place now. And so I think I got it resolved, and I was really happy I spoke up for myself, but they were also upset at me for not getting to a doctor right away. And I had said, I think I want to see, I'm willing to see a doctor, but I kind of put counseling as a higher priority because I wanted the emotional help. And they kind of saw that as rebelling or not taking their advice, not listening. And I just felt really misunderstood. And I think that they were right. I probably should have gotten to a doctor first and probably a psychiatrist. But I wasn't deliberately trying to disregard their counsel. I just, we were also waiting on our insurance, to be able to get coverage for the medical stuff. And I don't know. And I tried to explain it to them, and I know I tend to worry too much about what they think, and was trying to defend myself. But I just felt like they didn't really understand. And I also felt like the only time I get attention is when I'm having a crisis, and people are so worried about me. And so that we got through that, and that was over. And I think I handled the situation pretty well there, but I still don't have a doctor. And I'm just trying to keep going right now. And I feel like I don't know what to do when I'm not in a crisis. Like I'm so used to being this whole year has been so rocky and scary. I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to eat I'm finally starting to feel like the crisis level's gone down a couple notches. And so it's like, I'm not motivated to do anything. And the last week I promised my friend I'd call her if I wanted to cut. And so I haven't cut. And I think I called her once, but my husband's been staying home extra to help me. And I've been binge eating a lot or not eating, just one or the other, like not eating properly. And I can't even hardly get out of bed. And I started watching these romantic short films, just like Free People movies, like, romance and adventure and love at first sight kind of things. And I never used to be interested in that stuff, but I feel like I think I'm starting to grieve the childhood, and not childhood, but like the young womanhood that I wanted and never had. And I feel like now that the crisis isn't quite so bad, I should be better, and I should be starting to get well, but I'm not. And I'm just kind of sitting here, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know who I am. And like, I don't know what to wear. I'm really used to expressing myself through my clothes. And I feel like I don't know who I am right now. And so I just have to wear like a black t-shirt and jeans because I can't figure out what I want to look like because I don't know. I feel like everything's just unraveling. And I told my husband, I wish I could just fall in love with him again. Like when we dated, we had a long distance relationship. It was a short relationship and we only saw each other a few times. And my parents were over the top strict about like always a chaperone. We didn't hold hands. We just had a whole bunch of questions that we had to talk about, to discuss, to make sure we covered all the material. Like, and we didn't have permission to just love each other. And I was on board with it at the time. I thought that was the conservative, like the best way to do things. And I wanted to prove that you could just get married and fall in love later, because I was like self-righteous about that. But he and I both feel like we didn't get to date. We didn't get to have our courtship. And then we had a baby right away. And I also went into marriage with a lot of really, really deep pain from what happened the year before. My brother molested a little girl in our church and broke up our church, broke up my family. And then we moved to a new state. And then when I got married, I moved again. So it was just like a whole bunch of really hard things. And I just went from like, when I was 18, I was a teenager, I was dreaming. I still had struggles. And then 3 years later at 21, I got married and had a baby. And all of a sudden I'm supposed to be like this strong mama. And I feel like I never got a chance to just be a young woman, like fall in love and have adventures. And, he's self-employed, he worked a lot, and now I feel like I'm just all used up and I'm so tired, and I want to go to Alaska. I want to drive around the US in an RV, and we have all these dreams. My husband and I are both creative, and we haven't done hardly anything. I feel like my life's just wasted, and I want it back, but I don't have the energy for it. And my brother, what he did took away my life. And it wasn't just that. I felt like I was living in a box even before that, because my mom was extremely strict, and I felt like I could never measure up, and she didn't understand me. And so I had all these dreams about what I wanted to do when I got married and I'd be free, and none of them happened. And so I don't know, I just feel like I keep trying to put myself back in a crisis because I feel like that's the only time I get love. And if I can't be there, then I'm depressed. And I don't know how to get out of that cycle of having to be creating drama of some kind, because there's been a lot of drama this year. And I don't even like I feel really uneasy when I feel well and happy, because it feels like I should be unhappy. I should be afraid about something. And but then I see these happy people, either in movies or real, and I go, why can't I be like them? Why can't I just go have some fun and some adventure and flirt with my husband and play? And I feel like I'm just dead inside, and that's not me, and I don't like being that way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I know it's kind of complicated, but
it makes a lot of sense.
I've tried to encounter my heart with this stuff and the Lord, and I've been able to a couple times. Like, I've been able to cry about it a couple times, and but I don't know. I'm afraid to hope. Like, I'm afraid to dream and think about things I want to do.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be disappointed again.
Yeah. I am amazed by you. That's literally what I'm thinking. You are amazing. And I don't mean it in this fluffy way. Like, I'm so impressed with you. You're beautiful. You articulated yourself so clearly. You don't feel fuzzy to me. You feel very clear. You feel so willing to be in your process. And I hear you attached to hope. I hear that in you because you're attached to what you want. That's amazing. That's amazing. And there
Well,
are,
for a really long time, I've kind of just given up on romance and kind of thought it was over, you know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
starting to want it again.
yeah. It's a really beautiful sign. I love that. There's something you said that really stood out to me, and I'd like to go after that. I'm also looking at the time where we've got about 10 minutes. And so
That's
if,
fine.
if this is something we open up and we don't get to conclude it together, please feel free to sign up for a one-on-one. Because this is really important to me. This thing you said about the only time I get attention is when I have a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what I would be curious to go after with you. Does that feel okay to start that process with short time and then keep going at another time? Does that feel okay to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. And are you in a space where it's okay to close your eyes?
Mhm.
Okay. You can close your eyes and take a deep breath. In Ashley's heart, I just want to say thanks for letting me see you today. I see you. I see you. You're so worth this time. You're so worth this space. And I feel really proud of you for all the dots that you're connecting in your life. I feel really proud of you. And I do hear that you are dreaming. I know it feels scary, but I do hear you reaching for things that you want. I'm not here to fix you today or solve you. I'm just here to explore with you and to partner with love in your life. Holy Spirit, would you bring the first or the most significant memory to Ashley's mind of when she's first started to partner with the belief that the only time I get attention is when there's a crisis? Ashley, if you sense any memories coming up, just let me know.
Um, I I think I have some early childhood things, but some of them are things my mom told me that I don't remember. But I remember times when I got hurt or was sick, and she showed me a lot of compassion. But she never showed compassion when I was being bad, or she never showed me unconditional love except when I was hurt or sick. Like there was a lot of discipline, and I would get praised if I obeyed or did good things, and I would get a lot of love if I was sick. There was one time when I got hurt really badly, and I remember her bandaging me up and just taking care of me. And I also know that I was born unconscious and didn't breathe for 5 minutes. And so I started my life in crisis, and I think that kind of panic has been a theme of just generally how I respond to everything that happens. And so I also remember my mom telling me how I would overreact to little things, like I'd maybe just fall down or something and I wasn't really hurt, but I'd throw a big fuss, and she'd give me thinking for it and tell me to control myself. And yeah, those are the things I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you recall those memories, does it stir up any emotions towards yourself? You feel anything about that towards yourself?
Not really.
It's okay. That's okay. It's not right or wrong here. We're just exploring. Yeah. So for now, because of time, and then hopefully we connect later if that's something you want to do, I would love for you to write this down, and just, you don't have to believe it. I just want you to ponder it. Does that feel okay? Okay. It's possible
Mhm.
that I can receive love all the time.
Okay, just a second here. I'm typing it.
Cool.
Okay.
Just let that simmer. Let that push against you. Let that, an hour from now, you might be, Bree's full of it. What? Okay, that's fine. Let that thought just sit in your brain and see what it does. Because I think this connection you've made between crisis and love is really powerful. It's a powerful revelation into what's shaped your life up to this point. And it sounds like you want to choose something different. And it's not going to be a matter of just forcing your brain to, well, just think this way and just act this way now. It's a gentle process. So I'm just offering this thought for just to see like how, like, try it on. Does it fit? Does it work? Do I think part of this might be true? Do I think I might be able to experience life this way? Just kind of like giving a gentle invitation, and you have all the power to reject it and be like, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, and then like I said, if you want to connect on a one-on-one or on next week's coaching call, I would love to keep going in this, because I just feel so for you in this.
I had a one-on-one call with Allison 2 weeks ago. So do I need to wait until?
Yeah. So we do ask that you would wait 2 more weeks. But if you want to connect on another call with another coach or me next week, I would love that. Maybe you could just let this thought bounce around in you until next Tuesday, and then we could reconnect. Does that sound okay? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. So appreciate your openness. It's amazing.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. So welcome. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I just feel I feel rich. I feel really wealthy, just from everything you guys shared. Again, I know I've said this before, but even if you didn't like have your question answered, I still felt those of you who were engaged and following along, and I appreciate that support. So Jenny also just let me know too that she and I are going to be tag team coaching tonight. So if that fits with anybody's schedule, you want to come tonight, it's going to be at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you. 4 p.m. Pacific. For 2 hours, we're going to do it together, which is always a blast, because you're going to get like two of us speaking into you and loving on you. Ashley, maybe that's even something you want to come back for tonight if that fits with your schedule. Ashley, how do I be a part of a call like this? Okay, if you mean asking a question, you would just let us know in the chat box. If you, so you would just let us know if you have a question to ask. Just as soon as you hop on, let us know in the chat box. Yeah, so maybe Ashley, if that works for you tonight, the Ashley who's typing to me in the chat, then you can show up tonight. Okay, what time is this evening? Well, so Pacific time for EST is 3 hours. So that would be 7 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate your trust and your love. And I look forward to seeing you tonight or next Tuesday, whichever you can attend. And yes, Ashley, that's 4 p.m. Pacific tonight. Okay. All right, you guys, I will see you later. You guys take care, be gentle with yourselves today, and I look forward to next time. Bye.